Hi, I'm Dr. David Smith, sleep researcher, assistant professor, and board-certified sleep medicine specialist treating sleep and circadian conditions. Our circadian clock is basically this system with a central clock in the brain and peripheral clocks throughout our body. And the purpose of these clocks is to help our bodies maintain time and do the things that we're supposed to do in a 24-hour period. And that can include things like eating, digesting, exercising, and even falling asleep at the right time. And although the clocks in all of our bodies are the same, we have the same components, they function differently for each of us. And so, for example, many of us like to stay up later at night and then actually sleep in the next morning, and that's a night owl. But there are other people, for example, that would prefer to actually go to bed early and then wake up earlier the next morning. And that's what we call a morning lark. Our internal clocks can alter, they can change, they can actually induce changes in our sleep and wake schedules, but they can shift with age, and they can actually become disrupted with changes in our daytime activities. And so, for example, some adolescents become night owls due to a change in their sleep cycle after starting puberty. This can actually lead to delays in the time that they go to sleep, causing them to struggle with getting enough sleep to feel well rested the next day, especially when they have to get up for early school start times. So as we age, the way that our clock functions actually changes. And so over time, especially as we get into our 60s, 70s, and 80s, our internal clock actually shifts. And so we're much more likely to want to fall asleep earlier and actually get up earlier the next morning. So it becomes more like a morning lark. You know, this is sort of why we talk about the early bird special, and that's actually where it came from. It's very common that people that are night owls, as they get closer to the time that many of us are falling asleep, their body isn't ready to fall asleep yet. And one of the things that we often do to fill time is actually eat. The problem with eating is that our circadian clocks, our circadian rhythm is actually controlled by a lot of different environmental cues, one of which is sunrise and sunset, right? That makes sense. But feeding time is actually also a pretty strong controller of our circadian clock. And so if you eat at night, it actually means that your body thinks, oh, I should be awake. And then over time, not necessarily that night, but the next night and the next night, it actually makes this phase delay even worse. And so you are a night owl at baseline because that's what you think your preference is. And then when you eat at night, it actually just makes your night owl preference even worse over time. The easiest thing to say about that is that people have to keep schedules, for the things that they do during the day. And regardless of whether or not you're a morning lark or whether or not you're a night owl, it's really important that you keep a consistent bedtime routine from night to night. So even though we don't necessarily have the preference to fall asleep at the same time, it's just important that you have the consistent bedtime routine for you so that you can fall asleep when your body is supposed to and get up when you're supposed to.